Wonderful. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your Saturday to be with us at UCD as we talk to you, our admitted students for the class of 20 for starting 2024. Congratulations on your offer. You've done a lot and worked really hard to get to yourself to this place. And we're here to offer this session to help provide you with some next steps, what to expect going forward. Now that you have your offer to UCD and you're considering us, you're considering coming to Ireland to start your next adventure. So we have a great session for you now. This about 1 hour session will give you a chance to learn everything you need to know about what to expect for the next few months as you look into UCD further. You'll have the chance to meet with some current students that are on the call with us that can talk to you about their journey from coming from North America over to Ireland to start their time at UCD. You'll have the chance to ask questions with us later. At the end of the presentation, we have breakout rooms divided by regions so you can get to know other students, other admitted students that have their offer and considering coming to UCD. You can get to create that community that makes such a fundamental part of your experience and your time at university. And then you get to chat and ask questions of our regional representatives and our current students. And speaking of our regional representatives, we have a great team here in North America who can help support you as you consider your offer coming over to UCD. We have representatives that span across the continent that are here to work with you, and each state or province in North America has a regional representative assigned to them to help work with them. My name is Jim Pearson. I work out of Chicago. I'm the Senior Admissions Officer for North America. I don't cover one specific region, but I work with students from all over North America and help them as they consider their options and apply to UCD. So I'm going to give our wonderful regional representatives a chance to introduce themselves so you can learn who they are, and you'll be speaking with them and hear from them throughout the presentation today.
Hey everyone, my name is Chelsea Weaver and I am based in Seattle, Washington, and I work with all prospective and incoming students and families from the Western region of North America. So excited to see you all here. Kendall?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kendall Hook, and I am based in Nashville, Tennessee, and I work with all of our students, families, and counselors from the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast region. Glad to be here today with you all.
Hey, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of familiar names on this call, so thanks for joining. My name is Bridie Troy, and I am also based out of Chicago, but I represent the Midwest and Mountain regions. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited.
Thanks to the team there. Unfortunately, we had a staff member recently leave the UCD office who worked in the Northeast for students from New York, New England, and the Northeast region of Canada. But never fear, you will be well supported by the team that is already here, by myself, by my excellent colleagues who help to support all of you. And we have some special supports for you as you move forward, some current students that are here to reach out for you. So one of our current students will be a contact point for you going forward and able to meet with you and talk about her experiences as you explore your options at UCD. And we'll have a new permanent staff member in place soon, so you'll definitely have a lot of support moving forward as you consider your options in Ireland. And to give you a little overview of who we are, if you're still thinking about UCD but aren't as familiar with us and want to learn more about what you've gotten yourself into now that you have an offer, this is us. This is University College Dublin, Ireland's global university. We're a large public institution. We have about 33,000 students that are housed on this gorgeous Parkland campus in the South Dublin suburbs, about 20 minutes from the city center. We have a little something for everyone here, and you're going to join a large international community. About a third of our students are from 150 countries outside of Ireland. So it's a diverse place with students from all over the world, with great representation from across Europe, across North America, and everywhere else around the world. So you get this great community while you're there of a very Irish university with an excellent global dimension. And then you get this beautiful Parkland campus, and this map is just sort of a representation of everything that's available to you there. With on-campus residences, you'll enjoy your first year, excellent academic facilities, sport facilities, student center, student health center, everything you need right there on this campus that you get to enjoy with easy access to Dublin and being in a European capital city. So you get a lot to enjoy here. And as you're thinking through your offer, I want to think about why UCD, why you should be considering UCD in Ireland and Dublin for your next steps. And to help talk you through her journey, we have one of our current students, Ella Cheney. She's a second year from Washington, D.C. originally in the BSc Sustainability course. She's going to talk to you a little bit about why she chose UCD.
Hello, everybody. Like Jim has said, congratulations on being admitted to UCD. It's so exciting, and it's definitely the best choice that I made 2 years ago. So I'm very happy you guys all had this opportunity. Coming to UCD was honestly like the easiest choice I've ever made, which sounds really cheesy, but it honestly was. I had grown up with a lot of people telling me that going on exchange from US colleges was like a life-changing experience and was just so amazing to be in different cultures and environments and surrounded by students from all over the world. And so I decided to take that like semester opportunity and make it 4 years. And I don't regret a day or a minute that I've been here. So I hope you guys can all like think about everything that you could possibly do and just take that on like a global scale because that's really what UCD has let me do. UCD specifically was really interesting to me, not only because so many of the staff and students here like have made it such an easy transition for me, but also because UCD is a very progressive and like forward-thinking school, I think, in so many ways. So studying sustainability, that was really important to me, that the course really looks at what's possible for the future, and then they take every opportunity that they have for you to learn how to do that. And being a research institute too, I've had a lot of opportunities to talk to my professors and get involved in research projects on campus or even their work outside of campus. So I've been able to have internships with EU organizations and conduct research alongside my professors so I can get a really hands-on experience in what my future may look like after UCD. But yeah, I'm very happy for all of you and this opportunity that you have, and hopefully I get to talk to you guys later about what UCD has really meant to me. But it's such an amazing experience, so I hope I see you guys on campus soon.
All right, everybody. Sorry for the little lag. It's taking my computer a minute when I turn my computer or my camera back on. Thank you so much for that, Ella. It's really, really insightful and very, very inspiring as well. So thank you for sharing your experience. Okay, so I know accommodation is a very important topic, and we're just going to go over this a little bit here. So I think you probably all know at this stage that we do have single room accommodation on campus. And it is apartment style, and then each apartment would have a shared kind of common kitchen area and then a living area as well, so a living room. So we do not have dorm rooms. You're not going to have to share a room on campus. We do have Res Life that helps foster a sense of community on campus. So you can hear more about this from our North American ambassadors, the current students that are on our call, maybe in their experience. But Res Life is always putting on different events for students who live on campus, so it's a really, really great way to meet people. And then there is a grocery store on campus, as well as restaurants pretty much in every single building on campus. Is kind of a different type of food that you can get. And then laundry facilities located within where you live on campus as well. And then as long as you are on a non-clinical program, we are going to guarantee that you have a room on campus for your first year at UCD. So that's one less major thing that you have to worry about. You won't be guaranteed a room on campus after your first year, but as long as you are accepting your offer and paying your deposit by the May 1st deadline, then you will be eligible to live on campus for your first year. And then if you have already accepted your offer and paid your admissions deposit, then you will be able to book your room on campus within a few weeks of doing that. So residences at UCD should be reaching out to you in an email to invite you to book your room on campus as soon as you have accepted and deposited. And then a bit about life on campus. So again, you're going to hear more about this from our North American ambassadors, but our campus is buzzing and there is no shortage of ways to get involved and things to do when you're on campus and ways to meet other students. We have over 130 clubs and societies on campus. And then we have a really, really great student and sports center as well. Very modern, lots of brand new facilities. They're constantly building new student spaces. So endless student activity. As I said, there's restaurants across campus, there's usually about a cafe, I think, in every academic building nearly. There's multiple bookshops, a bike shop, a barber shop, a post office, a bar, a pharmacy, and a grocery store on campus as well. And then in our UCD Global building, which is pretty much the center of campus, we do have a global lounge, which is a very inclusive and welcoming area for students from all over the world. We already know that we have about 152 nationalities on campus, and students from all over the world will go to the Global Lounge to hang out, meet people from everywhere. Our Irish students would also go there to meet people from everywhere. And then a lot of cultural events will be held in the Global Lounge as well. So it's really, really a great way to get connected to other cultures. And then, yeah, center of internationalization on campus. And then I'm going to hand this over to Jack Coleman, who's one of our North America ambassadors now, just to have him talk about student life on campus. And Jack is currently a third-year student, originally from New York City, and he's studying engineering.
Hi everyone. I think you can hear me. So yeah, I've been here for 3 years now. This is my third year, and for the first 2 years, I lived on campus. I lived in Ashfield in first year, and the Village in second year. So in first year, I had 5 roommates, all of them from America, so we all got on quite well. There's guys from New York, from Idaho, from California, from all over the US. That was great. And in second year, I lived with 9 other roommates in the Village, and they were from all over. I had a roommate from Germany, roommate from Canada, and then 7 Irish roommates. So that was kind of a unique experience. And I found living on campus to be just like the best time. I joined loads of societies and clubs, so there's plenty of socializing you can do on campus. I'm part of the engineering society now, so you can get involved in these societies and clubs on campus, but aren't really a thing in America because they're proper communities of friends getting together and taking part in things you enjoy. And then UCD has loads of like random individual sports teams and sports and athletic societies you can join. So like every Tuesday and Thursday, Res Life runs 5-a-side soccer in the cages for free. So if you want to, you can go down there. You can play soccer for 2 hours twice a week. There's music sessions. If you play any instrument, they have sessions that held in the Village once a week. They have cooking classes. They have board game nights. They have little like mixers for each society and for each year. So there's loads of stuff you can get up to and do on campus. As I said before, there's the bar. So like every Thursday they have karaoke on campus. So there's always a kind of a buzz to get around. And then every like couple of days you'll be wandering through campus and you just see something cool or interesting going on. Like there was a concert held in the student center there a couple of days ago, and they had a little mixer ball there last week. So it's great to be able to just see the livelihood of campus every day you go in. I found that living on campus and having your own room really helped because you have like the roommates, you have like your common room, your living room, your kitchen, where you can socialize and like see new people and someone random there you can talk to or get to know your roommates really well. But you also have like your own space and your own area to kind of be yourself. So I actually enjoyed that a lot more than I think I would have in like an American, like the college experience. Because I don't think that like sharing a room is that integral to college, but having your own space, but then having like that living room and like house connection and community is really something that's unmissable. I think that the societies and the clubs and the sports teams really have some sort of what's the word? Like community for everyone to be a part of. So if you're interested in like engineering a lot, if we're really interested in board games, we're really interested in like food or running or swimming or you know whatever, there's a place for you. So I feel that so far of the last 3 years, the on-campus community has been the best part for me, at least.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jack. Great. And so now I feel like is the part of the presentation where the parents might be listening a little bit more than the students, but definitely important to talk about funding your education here. I'm sure many of you have multiple offers, and so it is really important to check each individual offer letter for each of the different majors you may have applied to, because there are different tuition rates, so you can look to see what your tuition is for each program. Additionally, you likely were offered a scholarship for one or more of these programs. Now, this is also important to check your offer letter individually as these scholarships are not transferable. So if you have a scholarship to the science program, but you also have an offer to engineering but no scholarship, unfortunately, that scholarship can only go if you accept the science program. There are also some college-specific scholarships that may be coming up. So that is something definitely be checking your email for to see if any of those are available. Honestly, for all of this information, make sure to be checking your email. It is very important. Thank you so much for all of those who already sent us your test scores, but I know a lot of people do have some pending test scores. Maybe you're taking some AP exams later on in the summer. There is a chance to increase your scholarship that's already on your offer letter with any pending test scores. So definitely make sure to share those with us, or just reach out to your regional representative to see if it'd be possible to increase your scholarship with a test score. In addition to scholarships, a lot of our American students will use federal student aid to help fund their degrees. So we are on the FAFSA. In order to be able to use federal student aid at UCD, just like any American school, you have to include our school code when you submit the FAFSA. So that school code is listed here, but it is G10188. Even if you already submitted the FAFSA, but you didn't include our code, you can still log back in and add it. It's okay, it's not too late. And we do accept these loans. We accept these subsidized, unsubsidized, and Parent Plus loans. No international university can accept a Pell Grant though, so just be aware that you would not be able to use any Pell Grants that you've been awarded at UCD. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard that many colleges are getting delayed information for the FAFSA, but we are really passionate about trying to get you that information as soon as possible. And so we're happy to offer one-on-one meetings to talk about that. There will also be a live financial aid webinar coming up on March 12th. And I'm just going to share that registration link here in the chat. Definitely recommend joining. It will be recorded, but the Q&A session at the end will not be. So it'll be a great chance to ask some questions about how to use FAFSA at UCD. For any Canadian students on the call, we do accept Canadian provincial loans as well, in addition to private loans, Sallie Mae, and any outside scholarships that you might have. So if you have any questions about that, you can ask your regional representative, or I would email federalaid@ucd.ie. That goes directly to our federal aid team. Great. So as I mentioned, I know a lot of you do have multiple offers, which is really great, but it might be also a little overwhelming to decide which one you want to follow before May 1st. We're here to help you with that. Definitely ask us, ask your regional representatives for any more information that you need on these different courses, what each degree program entails. And you can see all of this on our website, but we're more than happy to talk you through it. There's also going to be a lot of college-specific webinars coming up. Science did already have theirs, but the College of Science recorded their webinar and are happy to meet one-on-one with students to answer any questions that you might have. The College of Arts and Humanities will be holding a webinar on March 27th. So you should have received an email for this, but please reach out to us if you haven't, and we can share the registration information. The College of Business, they're hosting their webinar on March 7th. Again, any offer holders for business should have received an email for this, but we're happy to pass it on if you didn't get that information. And the College of Liberal Arts is tentatively for March 18th. They have not yet sent out their invitations for this webinar, but they should be doing that very shortly. Feel free to ask us if you want any more information about that. The liberal arts pathway is very exciting, but there are a lot of options. So we're always happy to talk you through that. And if there's any other colleges that you have an offer for that aren't listed here, they will be more than happy to meet with you individually to talk about your course. All of these program officers understand that this is a very big decision, a very exciting decision, but you might have some questions. So everyone is more than happy to meet with you. You will only be able to accept one course by May 1st. And when you do this, it would be best to formally not accept the other courses. That way you're not receiving a bunch of information about courses that you're not even going to accept. You could just start going forward with the one course that you are choosing. If you have any questions about that, please let us know. But as soon as you accept the course and pay the deposit, you can start, looking for on-campus accommodation and, going forward with the whole registration process. So great, we have another ambassador to introduce. Kiera is a fourth-year student. She is studying law with politics, and she is originally from North Carolina. So we have another East Coaster here. And Kiera has a lot of really interesting perspective on UCD, and she is going to talk to us about academics and the learning environment in Ireland.
Hi guys. So as Brady said, my name's Kira. I started first year obviously during COVID, so I've had a very unique opportunity with learning and everything like that. But I've kind of been able to be the guinea pig for a lot of, I guess, different things that have been started at UCD with academics and everything. So within law, we have started to record a lot more of our lectures and have them available. Primarily now they're just need-based. If you have a doctor's appointment or something like that, you obviously can't move. But academics in UCD are definitely still the major priority, obviously, along with all the societies and things like that. And within law itself, I know that we seem like we have a lesser schedule, but mainly it's a lot more reading focused. And I find that at UCD, I really appreciated all the opportunities I was given to kind of meet with professors and establish a rapport with them that I feel like I wouldn't have usually gotten otherwise. Because along with our lectures that we would have during the week as per usual, we also then have tutorials, which are groups of about 12 to 15 for each of our classes. And then in those, you meet with usually a teacher, not just a TA, and they're kind of able to hone in on very specific topics and talk to you about things like that. So I found that my academics have honestly excelled, especially because you don't have to take general education courses. So I found that I was able to just jump right in and start studying my major, which I found to be really unique that I wouldn't have gotten in the States. So I have a better knowledge of law as a whole as opposed to only being able to focus in it really my last 2 years. So I think that that definitely has provided me with a lot of great learning experience I can then put forward into my education, whether I choose to go back to the States or to stay in Ireland. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we really appreciate you all being here now today for the virtual event. But we do have some in-person events happening throughout March. This is a really great opportunity if you are able to go to meet other offer holders in your area, because sometimes it may feel like you're the only one from your school considering this type of option. So you can meet other students and families who are considering the same type of experience you are. So we have Washington, D.C., New York, San Francisco, Chicago, and Boston. For each of these events, we do have alumni and staff who will also be joining. So for DC, we have social sciences joining us. New York, we have social sciences and science. San Francisco, we have health sciences and science. Chicago, science and social sciences. Boston, engineering, social sciences, science, and business. So those are staff members and faculty as well who are coming over from Dublin for these events. So it's a great opportunity if you're able to make it. You do need to register for these events. It's very important that you register for these events ahead of time so we know you're coming. You're very welcome to bring your family as well. So please check your email for that registration information, but I will go ahead and pop the the link to all the events in the chat now as well. And then as we're coming up on spring break, we do want to mention campus tours. Of course, we know that everyone cannot go over and visit in person. So we have a great virtual option. It is an immersive 3D campus tour that's available on our website, but we do have in-person tours, a couple of options for them if you are able to visit Dublin before you make your decision. So we have tours led by both UCD Global and our North American ambassadors. And I can go ahead and pop those links in the chat as well. It is important to register early for them, especially as we're coming up on spring break weeks. because they do tend to fill up quickly with North American families who are visiting. So I will go ahead and put those links in the chat as well.
All right. Thank you, Kendall. Okay, so now we get to talk about thinking about accepting your offer. And let's say you've made your decision. You're like, okay, how do I actually do this? So you're going to log into your UCD account, so your SysWeb. That's the application portal that you should be familiar with. You're going to choose the one program that you'd like to accept your offer to, and you can only choose one. You can't accept offers to multiple. You're going to click accept, and then pay your tuition deposit, which is €500. And once you've done that, then you'll be eligible to then within a few weeks book your room on campus, as I said earlier. And this is really important. And Bridie mentioned this earlier in the presentation as well. Please, when you've decided to accept an offer, or maybe you haven't decided which one you'd like yet, but you've decided that there's one or two offers that you have that you know you're no longer considering, please update your other offers to not accept. This is important because we'd love to be able to offer those places to another student who might be on a wait list because of capacity. So just make sure that once you've made your decision to not only accept your one offer that you'd like, but also to update your other offers to not accept. Our undergraduate decision deadline is May 1st. And we know there's a lot of conversation about that happening in for US colleges as well. So if you have any concerns or questions about this decision deadline, please reach out to your regional representative and they'll be happy to work with you on this and have a conversation around that and answer any of your questions. And then really all that's left to be done in regards to accepting your offer is once you've graduated high school or have any of your final transcripts, whether it's high school or college transcripts, maybe you're attending a community college, once all of that is complete, just having those final transcripts and official test scores from College Board, etc., sent over to northamerica@ucd.ie. And that just needs to be done sometime over the summer before you actually register for classes in UCD. Okay, planning ahead. So this is one of my favorite things to talk about because it's always surprising to our incoming students, but I promise we're telling the truth. So if you have a US or Canadian passport, you do not need a visa to study in Ireland. So please do not feel that you need to do any research on how early you need to apply to a visa or anything like that, how to get the process started. There is nothing that you need to do, and there's really nothing that you can do in regards to immigration and applying for some sort of immigration permission before going over to Ireland. So you will actually register with immigration after you arrive. They usually give you about 3 months to do so, and you'll receive guidance from UCD, both from our team over the summer and then orientation as well once you've arrived. But you do not need a visa. So this is just one less thing that you need to worry about before actually moving to Ireland. This would be a great time to check your passport and make sure that it is valid, because you don't want to have that surprise the last couple months before you're preparing to move. So make sure that your passport is still valid for another period of time so you don't have to worry about that. And then your to-do list. So you're going to get a lot of information, both from campus, but also from our team, kind of over the course of this upcoming spring and certainly the summer. So in June, UCD Global is going to host a Kickstart series. So look out for this. It's going to cover information featuring immigration, accommodation, arrival to campus, careers, etc. So it basically is kind of like a preview of orientation before you come over, information that you all need and want to know. There's currently packing tips on our offer holder site. So again, if you have any issues finding this, please reach out to your regional rep. Certainly attending September orientation is mandatory and highly encouraged because there's really important information that will be covered the week before classes start. Really important is just mentioning that you're not going to register for classes until late August or early September. Universities in Ireland, they go on a much later timeline than universities in the US. And we know this is quite surprising and unfamiliar, but I just want to reassure you that this is normal in Ireland. And really the reason why the timeline is so delayed is because Irish students don't actually find out where they're going to college and what they're studying until 2 to 3 weeks before the term starts. So this is why the timeline is very, very delayed. So if you feel like you're missing, once you've accepted your offer, you're missing communication about registering for classes, no, the earliest that will happen is late August, and you'll definitely receive email communication leading up to that as well. And then next step, of course, on your to-do list, moving to Dublin and starting classes in September. And you can find the key dates, so the academic calendar, on our website. Now it is available. Student Welcome Hub. So you'll want to look out for this because there's going to be a lot more content and information and a great place to connect with other students from your program. And then definitely make sure to follow UCD Global on Instagram for content because there is going to be a follow me series. So like follow me to class, follow me around campus, et cetera, et cetera. Just like it'll give you a really, really great snapshot and insight of like what it's like to be a student on campus and to get you excited for your future in UCD. And they'll also be hosting Instagram live events as well. So definitely encourage you to follow them there. And then a lovely little kind of like a competition here. We would really love for all of you who are on this call to connect with each other on Instagram, okay? Because we know that for a lot of you, depending on where you're from, it might feel like you're the only one from your region considering coming over to UCD, but we want to ensure or assure you that you're not the only one interested in coming over, okay? We want to help you build community. So please follow UCD Global on Instagram and find this post, so the one that is featured there that says, are you an incoming student in 2024, 2025? Comment where you're from and what you're studying, and then also look out for what others have commented, and maybe you can find somebody from near where you're from as well. And then 5 North American students that comment by March 8th, so about 6 days away, will be randomly selected for free swag. So please look out for this post and engage, and then hopefully you'll be able to find a new friend coming over to UCD as well, and then win free swag.
Thanks so much, Chelsea. So there's a lot more questions that are going to come up between now and May 1st when you make your decision, and September when you start moving over to Dublin. And we understand that there's a lot of questions and a lot of things that you need to think about and work through yourself and as a family as you get to the time when you're going to arrive in Ireland. And we have tons of resources for you to help answer those questions. We do have a site specific for offer holders from North America that explains everything that you want to know, everything from accommodation to how to get health insurance to what to pack. We also have a PDF offer pack that explains all of that information as well, available on our website. And both those sites are readily available. You can find them pretty easily when you look through our UCD Global website, but we're also happy to send out that link if you ask us for it. There is also a UCD Student Welcome Hub in SysWeb, the application portal you use to log into your application and to accept your offer. After you accept your offer, you'll have this UCD Student Welcome Hub that is a hub for all the information you're going to need going forward, and also provides an opportunity for you to connect with your faculty, with other students in your course, and with UCD as you start preparing to come to Ireland. There's a ton of other supports here. UCD Global North America Center, your team here in North America, is here to help you with any questions you have, to set up one-on-one Zoom sessions, or to point you to resources that you're looking for. And then we have our whole team on campus in Dublin. The UCD Global office is there to support all of our international students, all 9,000 students from around the world. And they're a great resource for you as you're exploring what to do and what your next steps are. And then if you have any questions particular to your own need, we have a lot of supports for students in health and mental health and well-being. So one of those supports that is really important to connect with early if you have concerns is the UCD Access and Disability Support Network. So if you have concerns about different learning abilities or what resources UCD can provide to you to be successful at university level, they're a great resource there to help explain what accessibility options are available to you. And that's something that's great to reach out for once you accept your offer and as soon as you can so that you can start exploring that and making sure you're going to be supported in the way you need when you come to UCD. There are a few other things that are pretty basic, but we really want to highlight because it's the important thing that makes or breaks the experience over the next few months. And the most important thing is to check your email often. The email you list in your application is where all the information goes. Students that check their email regularly, they're on top of it. And they aren't going to miss anything. If you're not checking your email often, or if you have an email account that expires because you're using a high school email address that you won't have access to after you graduate, that might be a problem. So make sure the email address is up to date in SysWeb. You can easily change that there. We can help you with that. And check your email because that's where you're going to get information about how to register for housing, how to register for these great webinars that are going to come up, what to expect when moving over to campus, and everything else about starting at UCD. Connect with other students because you might feel like you're the only student you know that's doing something like this, that's going abroad and taking this big leap and going somewhere very different for an education, but you're not. And there's tons of students like you in the Zoom room right now, in the breakout rooms when we get there in a second, and across the country that are able to connect with you. So connecting through that Instagram post Chelsea just mentioned, connecting with us through the Student Welcome Hub. Those are all great ways to get to know people and make sure you feel supported and ready when you come over to UCD. We have a bunch of great other opportunities for you. There's a jargon buster online because terms are slightly different abroad. So we call classes modules at UCD, the individual course you take, whereas your course is your major. So, little things like that can get confusing as you're reading through our resources. So it's great to have that jargon buster there. Read your offer pack, follow social media accounts, talk with us, and attend any upcoming events. And you're going to be ready and prepared when you start getting ready to move over to Dublin.